You see blue. And when we say blue, you know what we're talking about?
Just a couple of weeks before a worldwide pandemic and months before nationwide unrest over racial injustice and police brutality, these were Brooklyn teens engaging in candid conversations with members of the NYPD.
We want you guys to be as honest as possible. Please, be honest.
And they were, face to face and on Post-its.
When I see blue, I feel nervous, worried. Nervous and worried. Sometimes I feel safe, other times I feel uncomfortable.
Not all police officers are bad. Of course, they have that connotation because of what you see in the media and it's perceived that way. But like I said, it's all about the energy. If I see a cop with his hand on his gun standing in the crowd, I'm always going to think negative energy.
The NYPD calls this the Options program. 2 years running, it is one focusing on bridging the gap between law enforcement and the city's dynamic youth.
This is the new era of, neighborhood policing. And we see that New York City has to open up a lot more and really start listening to the youth of tomorrow.
Several times a month, they meet. Open, raw dialogue is one element of Options, and another is this.
What's going to happen is you guys are going to be able to see on the screen what she's viewing in the headset, and she's going to make a decision based on how she feels.
A virtual reality program created, scripted, and voiced by Options teens. Scenarios encountered in real life play out through a VR headset. Their choices on how to handle complex situations on full display, as are the consequences of these actions. Detective Jason Anazagasti helped create the program with the help of the Police Foundation. It started in the toughest parts of the city, Brownsville and East New York, and has now been adopted across more than 20 precincts.
In Bushwick, our environment is just naturally to defend yourself and survival. So when it comes to police officers, we're automatically defensive and, not always so neighboring with them. And as Agasti
says, Options is breaking barriers and working. D'Angelo Isaac is proof of that. Now 20 years old, he's headed to Atlanta to join the police academy by the end of the year.
I grew up with the perception, just the mentality of just not liking cops. That's the culture in the neighborhood I grew up in. We are taught not to like cops.
Growing up, Isaac says he saw violence at too tender of an age. But despite his distrust of the NYPD 2 years ago, he decided to take a different approach and join this program. While the ongoing pandemic has paused some planned expansions of the program to other parts of the country, and as Agasti says, it will not stop here in New York City. Instead, he hopes it will grow.